So we will talk very quickly about the costing organizations. Now, costing organizations are additional organizations that we associate with workers. Like I said, typically a worker will have multiple type of organizations associated with them, like a location, a cost center, a company, a supervisory organization, etc. But always remember, we will hire a worker in a supervisory right. We will always hire workers in a supervisory organization. The other organization types will be associated with the worker. Now, how do we create those organizations in the first place? So we have the company. This is a very important organization type. So a company is a legal entity. Usually we have one company per tax ID. Whenever a business entity registers itself in a country, it has to get a tax ID because it has to pay taxes. It's expected that the company will have some income. It will have to pay some taxes. So a company is not typically an HCM organization. It's a finance organization. Just like supervisory organization is a fundamental organization for HCM, your company is a fundamental organization for Workday Finance. But for an HCM standpoint, we will only create the logical entity of the company, because if you have a company you have to create a logical entity. Because our workers need to be associated with the company for payroll purposes. Right, that's what we will not do, any financial transactions as part of HCM. Right, but we will just create a company just as a shell record. So payroll aggregates and reports by company. Now you can associate a company with a supervisory organization so that it defaults. Okay. And your financial business processes? Okay, and your financial business processes are defined by the company. Okay, this is just for your information. We will not create any business processes or any reports based on the company as part of this course. Now, just like we had location and location hierarchy, we also have a company hierarchy, kind of object. You see, there are two different kind of objects. One is a company. The other one is a company hierarchy. Now the company hierarchy. The company hierarchy will represent how companies are rolled up hierarchically for security and consolidated reporting. That is the important thing. It is grouped together for consolidated reporting. Okay, and a company hierarchy is not directly assigned to transactions or workers. It is derived based on the company assignment. It is not directly associated with any worker. Workers will be associated with the company. And the company is in turn associated with a company hierarchy. So that is how it is related. And similarly here also, one company can be a part of more than one company hierarchies. Similarly, what is a cost center? A cost center is used to track financial transactions and transactions with a financial impact, such as hiring or termination. So in at least in every organization of today there is a cost center. So in at least in every organization of today we see a cost center. Now can anyone tell me what is a cost center? Do you have any idea about what is a cost center? Let's say the proportion of the rent that we pay to the office provider, right? Maybe the desk, the chair, the air conditioning, the computer, peripherals like your computers, monitors, anything else, water bottles, everything. Everything that the company has provided as a cost center. So the cost center is an asset to an employee that needs to be tracked somewhere. The cost has to be attributed somewhere for accounting purposes, isn't it? We are happy as employees. Okay, yeah, my company gave me an office. It gives me a chair and a nice looking view outside, plus a monitor, a laptop and keyboard and maybe a phone. I'm happy because I didn't have to pay for it. But the company has to pay for it. Right. So it needs to account the cost per employee. Right. Why does it need to cost? Why does it need to have the cost track, the accounting, and also to understand? I mean how much it is spending versus how much it is earning from the employee. The revenue per employee and what is the cost per employee. If I'm not making enough money for my company, will my company keep on giving me more and more? I mean, will the company keep on spending more on me? Then I will be a loss-making assets. Right, I will not. I'm not making any profit for my company. Then the company might ask me to leave because I'm not useful to the company. Right. So a company needs to track its cost and the revenue. For employees as well. So that's why we need to know about cost center. So all employees are tagged to a cost center. Okay. Similarly, like company, we will not hire workers in a cost center. We will just associate a worker with a cost center. Okay, and cost centers also have this hierarchical structure that we have like a cost center hierarchy, just a company hierarchy. We also have cost center and cost center hierarchy. Okay, so we will create cost centers and we will include them into cost center hierarchies. Now, who will give us the list of cost centers? Okay. So the cost center is, of course, the costing managers or the controllers, financial people. They will give us the list of cost centers that we need to configure. Okay, first we will create the location. Then we will create the supervisory. I mean then, after you create the location, you can follow any order. It doesn't matter if you get the company first, or cost center first or supervisory organization first. Doesn't matter. Right, once you have all of that, then we will anyway correlate this. We will link them with one another. We will link the company and the cost center with the supervisory organization. So that is that we will do later, of course. But it doesn't matter in which order you create it. Okay. As long as you create the hierarchy. But the first thing that you need to create is the location. Alright.